Okay, I have to take another video here. Maybe I should slow down a little bit. I'm actually going the speed limit, which is 70, I think, but oftentimes it's 80 here. But again, this is very different. I took a video. I stopped the vehicle and took a video. I don't have anybody behind me. I've got a view of about 3 miles with nobody behind me. But again, I don't know what's around that curve, but it's been very grass-like, and I don't know if this is naturally grass-like or did they tear up all the sagebrush. I don't know how they could have done that. I do see sagebrush out there, but for the most part it's grass. Brown short grass now in August, but nonetheless. But I just love driving out west, and I noted this, 50 years ago. My mom and dad and I all agreed that you drive and all of a sudden you're in a completely different environment. I hate to harp on it, but it's so true. And this may be not different when we come up here, but maybe it is. But again, look at again, I hope I'm holding this properly, but I'm going to go over here and show you over here as well. That prominence out there. But look at this. This is just, I don't know what it is. Again, it doesn't look like much of anything I've been through so far. And I've been hundreds and hundreds of miles from Wyoming on this trip alone. But now there are mountains ahead, but there's grasslands, rocky outcroppings as well. So again, I don't need proof or vindication, validation, but it is, again, and it's true of all the ways, not just Wyoming. I mean, the boundaries of Wyoming don't have something special within them. I mean, they have something special with them. I love Wyoming, but it's just out west. It's just unbelievable. I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen very often. But anyway, coming down, you see the grove of trees. I'm sure that's because there's a ranch house down there, or it's a low depression, and there's natural water down there, or water part of the time of the year. But because unless somebody plants trees, there's usually not a lot of them out here at this point in Wyoming. And you see them mainly in the ravines and things where water pools, at least part of the year. Anyway, I had to get my hand on the rest and grab the wheel with my right hand, hold this with my left, hoping to screw it up here, but I'm going to switch hands again. There we go. All right. I'm still just curious as to what's up ahead. I mean, I can see a long way, but it kind of dips, and then coming out of this pasture or this prairie or this rolling scenery, we look like we're going up the mountains again. And again, I purposely did not look at the map, did not look at any photos of the route, didn't Google Earth it, because I kind of wanted to be surprised. It was fun being surprised the other day or yesterday. And I kind of wanted to be surprised again. And if somebody would have asked me, based on nothing, because I didn't do any research, I would have said, well, it's going to be pretty much flat, maybe rolling hills, all the way north and then east into Nebraska. And that's just what I would have said, and based on my own gut feeling. But obviously that's not the case. So my gut feeling, my intuition's gut feelings are worthless. So coming up to, again, rolling hills and such. I'll go over here. I don't know what I can see, what I can't see. I don't like to look at this thing, but come back again. Maybe over a little bit. Come back again. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't make anybody ill, if anybody ever does watch these. I know some of my friends do. I don't even know who subscribed. There's 7 people, and I told you the other day, I think one of them is my dad, and he passed in 2019, so he's seeing this live. But I never get any comments on here. I don't know if you're allowed to give. I don't know much about YouTube or technology for that matter. And even in a couple of years, when I do go on the road and I take more videos, it'll be more for me and my friends, I'm sure. Anybody else who wants to watch them, but I'm not going to do music and anything fancy schmancy because, or set up the camera and then drive away and then come back and edit and all that stuff. It's just not in me to do. I don't like to do it. I don't know how to do it, but I don't even want to learn. Unfortunately, that's one of those things that I don't want to learn. I suppose all knowledge is good, but it takes time, and it's not my priority. So it will be more videos like this. Here again, coming into an area that kind of looks different, not mountains but hills, but in between the rolling scenery and the mountains. So I don't know how long this will last. I'll keep this on a little bit longer just to see what I may encounter here. I've got to drive another 12, 13 miles on this road till I may get cut off on another road to go more east. I'm going northeast now. I like the quality of this road, though. I mean, it's not a bad road. It's just that it's got that reddish tint to it, and it's not exactly the smoothest, but better than a lot of roads in Chicago, actually, to tell you the truth, and more traveled roads and roads that should be in better shape. And they do have winters out here, although they probably don't salt these because they probably think, hey, you know, if you're goof enough to drive this in the wintertime, then you better be prepared and have the vehicle to do it. There's a lot of roads that have gates. You wouldn't think. You'd think, oh, just in the mountains, but a lot of roads have gates that say when flashing, this road is closed. Because you can see there's drop-offs over here, and if you're in the wintertime, there's no guardrails. I've seen very few guardrails here out west, and they're expensive. They're expensive to build, expensive to maintain, especially crashes into them. So it's up to you. I kind of like that. You know, hey, if you're driving, you're an adult, so do what you need to do. Interesting here, and the hill at the front, or I shouldn't say, the hill up ahead is very wooded on top. You can see the trees, so that's a little different than the hills I've seen prior to this, the last 10 minutes or so. Again, I gotta switch my hands here because my fingers are getting so tired. There we go. Like I say, I hope I'm not blocking anything. I can't really, I'm not looking at that screen. So here you can see the road and how it goes straight. I love roads like this where there's no cars. I mean, this is certainly not the most remote road that I've been on by far, because there are cars here. I've been on roads where you could probably lay in the road for 2 hours and never have to worry about a thing. But I do love when you look at a road, a straight road, and you don't see any vehicles, and you look behind you for miles and you don't see any vehicles. There's something very, to me, comforting about that. I think I'm getting more of the dashboard than anything. Well, here's a car, so if you were lying in the middle of the road and didn't give up in time, you'd be dead as a dodo bird. Anyway, maybe I can hold this with my right hand again, because I'm a little bit, quality's a little bit better with my right hand, but not much. So anyway, just so curious every time we make a turn or go over a hill, what it's going to look like. This is kind of wide open, and again, because of the smoky haze, which is worse up here than it was a couple days ago, even in Colorado. I guess it depends on where you are and where the smoke is coming from. I'm further north than I was by far, probably 200-300 miles north from even where I was near Salt Lake City. But so the smoke is probably coming from a different source, fire, and if it wasn't hazy like that, I'm sure that this view would be even more, well, it's spectacular now, because I mean, that's me, I like this, but it would be even more revealing, I should say. And spectacular is subjective, but revealing is more objective. So I'm gonna just get up this little hill and see, and then I will turn this off and drive with two hands. Yeah, it looks like it's flattening out again, but who's to say? I mean, there may be mountains up there, there's a faint haze, and it looks like I see something, but the only thing certain is that the scenery and environment will change, and will change often. So, okay, one more turn, one more little curve here, one more little hill, and then I will cease and desist with this this video. So give me another mile here. Bear with me if anybody ever bears with me to this point. I don't blame you if you wouldn't. it funny when you talk about that? Because if people didn't watch this video, they wouldn't even hear me speaking or talking about this. So very strange on my part. Wow, quite a group of motorcycles. All right, so we may be coming upon a town. Boy, is it hazy. And so that doesn't really look very alluring up ahead. And I will end this video.